Hello friends, we had put out two videos yesterday. The first one was on the Council for the Indian School Certificate Examination asking for the pre-board examination marks of all the ICSE class 10 students. A circular was sent on the 4th of June to all the 2100 odd ICSE affiliated schools in India, right? The second video we had put out in which I requested Prime Minister Narendra Modi to personally intervene and end this entire confusion over the board examinations to be conducted by both the CBSE and the Council for the ICSE and ICSE Class 10 and Class 12, right? Ever since those two videos were put out, I believe they have been shared widely over various WhatsApp groups. There has been a lot of response from both students and concerned parents, and understandably so. I personally believe, and this is what I also said in the videos, and I've also checked it with many teachers, that the council seems to be preparing a plan B in case the exams finally get cancelled, right? Please note the phrase in case the exams get cancelled, and I'm saying this with emphasis because here on Study with Sudhir, we are not saying with certainty or surety that the exams will get cancelled. हम ये नहीं कह रहे हैं कि परीक्षाएं पूरी तरह से cancel हो जाएंगी. We will not say so unless the council says it in so many words in an official press release. We will not jump the gun. We will bring the news to you as it happens and help analyze it for you. Okay? No exaggeration, no masala, no tadka. Okay. Now let's come to the main point of this video, and this is important, and I would want you to stay with us right till the end because this is going to concern each one of you. I want to talk about why are pre-board marks such a problem. Many students have been talking about it. See, students work towards the board exams, and I worked very closely with lots of students in the period between December, January, February, March, right? So I understand the psyche and the temperament of all the students. They obviously work towards peaking in the board examinations, right? The effort put in is much more. Number two, so obviously that results in better marks in the board exams. Number two, many schools also mark in the pre-board examinations a little more strictly so as to ensure कि students ज़्यादा overconfident ना हो जाए. Okay, that's also a mindset of many school managements. And the students can actually work towards कि okay, मेरे को 97 ही आया है, I need to put in that little more effort to get it 100 on 100, right? Number three, the pre-board examination papers are a touch more tough than the board papers. I'm not saying it happens in every school for every subject, but generally speaking, I have seen this is a trend in most papers, in most schools. So what will the council do now that it has asked for your pre-board examination papers, right? And it has asked from all the schools, as I mentioned. Now, in case if the exams are cancelled, what are the options that could come into play to mark the 1,80,000 odd students, right? Now, many students feel the pre-board examination marks should not be taken into consideration. Many comments I've got. In fact, majority of the comments say that. What is the other best option, right? The other best option is also mentioned in many of your comments that many students, almost all the students have appeared for either 6 or 7 papers so far. So take that average and extrapolate that average to the remaining 3 to 4 papers which are pending, which are to be conducted between 2nd and 12th of July, and get over with it, right? Is this a good option is what I want to ask. And the answer is yes and no. And I'll tell you exactly why I say that. That is because different students are good, bad, or average in different subjects. I may be excellent in history, but not very good in physics, but very good in biology, right? So there would be degrees in which I would be faring very well in one subject, average in another, and not good in another, right? So if you take an average and then extrapolate it for the remaining 3 to 4 papers, would that be doing justice to me as a student? I'm not so sure, right? Because the remaining papers like geography, biology, computers, etc., I would be thinking that these are my better subjects and actually I can do much better and aim to be in the top 2 or 3 in the school. And if you take the average of the previous papers where I'm not very good, say in a physics or a maths or a chemistry, and extrapolate that average, I am at a loss, right? So many students may feel aggrieved as a result of this average of the first 6 to 7 papers. The other option is a little more complicated, okay, a little more laborious, if I may use the word, but it seems to me that will do a little more justice than just taking the average and using that for the other 3 to 4 pending papers. Now, this particular method has been suggested to the council by Arvind Tiwari, who apart from being the father of an ICSE class student, is also a senior politician from Maharashtra, and going by the council's decision to ask for the pre-board exam papers of all the subjects, it seems that the council is looking into Mr. Tiwari's suggestion very, very seriously, very, very carefully. Now, what is the suggestion? Listen to this carefully. Now, the evaluation process of the exams for which you have already appeared, English, Maths, History, Civics, Physics, Chemistry, etc., is more or less over or will be over in the next few days. So, those marks will be with the council, right? Now, the council will then compare the pre-board examination marks which will be uploaded by each school of each student on the portal of the council, and then compare and see what is the difference. Just to take an example, I am just taking a random example. Say, let's take the example of Maths. In Maths, the pre-board examination marks of a student is say 70. But he scored 77 in the board examination, okay, out of 80. 70 in the pre-board, 77 in the actual board examination. So that will give you an idea about the growth percentage of that student, right? Similarly, they will take, say, English literature. The student scored 68 in the pre-board examination, but in the board examination scored 79 on 80. Right? So there will be a growth percentage. So the growth percentage of all the subjects which have been completed so far, for which the students have already taken the examinations, that will be calculated comparing it with the pre-board examination. So you will arrive at an average growth percentage, right? This average growth percentage will then be applied to the pre-board examination marks of subjects like biology, geography, Hindi, economics, physical education, computer applications, those papers which are still left, those 6 pending papers, and then those marks will be arrived at, right? Is it the best possible way? Not exactly, but in the present circumstances, it's possibly the best available option, right? The schools will now, and based on those kind of marks, you will have the 6 marks for which you actually got what the board paper marks are, and these will be extra. So it will not be your exact pre-board marks which you scored, say, in the subject of biology, but it will either go up or down depending on your performance in the papers that you have already given. You understand? So in biology, if you scored, say, a 72 on 80 in your pre-board examination, it's quite possible, depending on your performance, your average performance growth percentage in the examinations already given, that 72 on 80 could become a 75 on 80. It could also become a 70 on 80, right? Also, the schools will need to factor which pre-board examination marks will be uploaded on the portal. And why I say this is because many schools conduct more than one pre-board examination. So either the last pre-board examination marks will have to be calculated and uploaded on the portal, or if they have taken more than 1 or 2 or 3 pre-board examinations in the months of January and February, your examination started on the 27th of Feb, the average of those pre-board examination marks could also be uploaded on the portal. That's a call the school management will need to take. So I hope this helps you understand the possibilities that could come into play in case, I repeat, in case the situation is not conducive to conduct the examinations in the first fortnight of July 2020. Thank you very much for watching. God bless you.